O come, all ye faithful, pious acolytes, ambitious diabolists, righteous chaplains, antisocial cenobites, ascetic theologians, and snake-handling tent show evangelists. Come and hear the good news. D6 is about to throw open the reliquary doors and bless all the true believers with a bounty of divine items for your next first edition Pathfinder game. I've got something for everyone. PCs, DMs, high level, low level, items of magic, non-magic, and even sentient varieties. Now would be a good time to rethink that vow of poverty as we start off with non-magic items. First up, Portable Altar. This will cost you 250 gold pieces, and it weighs 40 pounds. This is a great place to keep all your divine paraphernalia. Next up, we have Holy Symbols. Holy Symbols come in wood, 1 gold piece, iron, 5 gold pieces, silver, 25 gold pieces, gold, 100 gold pieces, platinum, 500 gold pieces. Never try and channel energy without them. Also, for the cleric who enjoys the finer things in life, might I recommend the Holy Symbol Flask. For a mere 10 gold pieces on top of the Holy Symbol price, it can be made to hold 1 pint of liquid, either booze or holy water, your choice. Next up, there are a wide variety of holy texts. These run the gambit from 1 gold piece to 100 gold piece, depending on the faith and the size of the book. A really awesome item with a lot of practical applications is the Summoner's Idol. This will cost you 50 gold pieces. If used as an additional material component, that means it's consumed in a summon monster or summon nature's ally spell, that creature gets +2 hit points per hit die. Now, you might consider reaching out to your DM and saying that the Summoner's Idol could be a focus, but it only applies to one type of summoned creature, meaning you would have to buy a new one every time you wanted to apply that bonus to a different type of summon. Now, for you more undead-friendly divine casters, consider the Necrotic Talisman. It will cost you 500 gold pieces. This provides an intelligent undead a +1 bonus to channel resistance when worn around the neck. Another fun thematic item without any actual in-game bonuses associated with it is Incense, costing you 7 silver pieces. Now, you might again want to reach out to your DM and say that because it's thematic, you could grant a small bonus, say a +1, to certain spells and rituals. Next up, we have the Ritual Bell. This costs 2 gold pieces. Elaborately carved ritual bells are very thematic. In fact, you could make an argument that this could be your holy symbol, and it unleashes waves of positive or negative energy when you ring it. Next up, for you badass knight chaplains, the Book of War Prayers. This costs 50 gold pieces. You must have a charisma score of 13 or higher and 1 rank in Perform Oration. Reading from the Book of War Prayers takes 10 minutes and gives those who hear it a +2 morale bonus to their first saving throw in the next 24 hours. Next, Obols. 12 obols will cost 12 gold pieces. These are blessed coins placed on the eyes of the dead. A great thematic item for any death classic or psychopomp-friendly inquisitors or clerics. Next, candles. These will cost you 1 copper piece per. Little known fact, the number of candles you light is equal to your devotion. That's why cults light so many. Also, we can't forget good old-fashioned holy water. This will cost 25 gold pieces. Holy water is a splash weapon with a range of 10 feet. Throwing a bottle of holy water is a ranged touch attack, and it deals 1d6 points of damage. Now I have a special category of divine items for you, Channel Foci. Characters with the Channel Energy class feature, instead of channeling normally, you can choose to channel your energy into the foci, activating its special ability. Some channel foci I particularly like are the Chains of Contrition. This will cost you 200 gold pieces. These are blessed manacles inscribed with holy script. When activated for 24 hours, it increases the disabled device and escape artist checks required to escape by 5, making it a DC 40 escape artist and a DC 35 disabled device. It also increases the break DC, requiring a strength check of 33. Finally, it increases the hardness of the chains by 2 and gives it 4 HP more. Its new profile is hardness 12 with 14 HP. Next up, Consecrated Weapon. A consecrated weapon will cost 150 gold plus the weapon base price. Any weapon, even magical weapons, can be consecrated weapons. When activated, the consecrated weapon can deal additional damage equal to half the cleric's channel energy damage. Positive to harm undead, negative to harm the living. After you've expended your channel energy, the weapon remains charged for 24 hours, or until you make your first successful attack. Characters other than the charging cleric can use the weapon and gain the bonus damage. Next, the Driftwood Icon. This will cost 25 gold pieces. When activated, you get a +1 luck bonus to AC against ranged attacks for 1 hour. Another fun one is Instrument of Devotion. This will cost 200 gold pieces. Once activated, you add a sacred or profane bonus equal to the number of dice in your channel energy to perform checks made with this instrument. Next up, Meditation Crystal. This will cost you 100 gold pieces. After activation, a monk or paladin may spend 1 minute meditating on the crystal and regain 1 key point or 1 lay on hands. Next, Sanctified Shield. This will cost 100 gold pieces on top of your shield's price. When activated, you get a +1 sacred or profane bonus to AC. This bonus lasts for 24 hours or until you're hit. Next, Spiked Focus Ward. This will cost you 100 gold pieces. This is a small holy symbol that can be nailed to a hard surface. It can store 1 channel energy charge for 24 hours, but it only heals or damages for half. The ward is activated by touch. It's useful for remote healing or traps. Next up, Teaching Staff. This will cost 75 gold pieces. When activated, characters in range gain a bonus on knowledge religion checks for 1 minute. This bonus is equal to the number of dice in the cleric's channel energy feature. Finally, the Winged Fetish. This will cost you 50 gold. After activation, you gain a bonus on your first save from an undead creature equal to the number of dice in your cleric channel energy class feature. This lasts for 1 hour. Alright, now on to magical items. First up, the Ring of Curing. This will cost 10,000 gold. The Ring of Curing increases the level-dependent aspect of any conjuration healing spell by 2. As an example, a spell of Cure Light Wounds normally does 1d8 plus 5. If you are at 7th level and have a Ring of Curing, it will instead do 1d8 plus 7. Next, the Ring of Sacred Mistletoe. This costs 6,000 gold pieces. You get a +2 competency bonus on Handle Animal and Knowledge Nature checks, as well as Wild Empathy. Also, if you have the Woodland Stride class feature, you can move through magically altered terrain without penalty. Next, the Cassock of the Clergy. This will cost 4,600 gold. This item counts as a divine focus and gives you a +3 competency bonus to influence creatures of your alignment. You can also cast Bless and Sanctuary each 1 time per day, DC 11. Also, you can prepare 1 additional Horizon. However, if you're a divine spontaneous caster, you add 1 Horizon of your choice to your list of spells known. Next, Druid's Vestments. These cost 3,750 gold, and they add 1 use per day to your Wild Shape class feature. Next, we have the simple but powerful Mantle of Faith. This will cost 76,000 gold pieces, but it gives you DR5 bypassed by evil. Next, we have the Prophet's Pectoral. This will cost 6,000 gold. Each time you use Commune or Commune with Nature, you add 1d6 to your percentile roll to determine success. And you can ask 1 additional question per communion. Next, Healer's Gloves. This will cost 2,500 gold, and you get a +5 bonus to heal checks. Next, Mitre of the Hierophant. This will cost 18,000 gold. A divine caster wearing the mitre gains a +5 bonus to diplomacy and knowledge religion checks. Also, you can use command 1 time per day. Also, 1 time per week, you can ask your god 1 question as if you had used commune, as well as cast Atone. Next up, the phylactery, not that kind, of negative and positive channeling. Either phylactery will cost you 11,000 gold. This increases the damage or healing of your positive or negative channeled energy by 2d6. Next up, for all you aspiring cult leaders, I would recommend the Dark Skull. For 60,000 gold, the Dark Skull will make any spot radius of 40 feet unhallowed. Unhallowed functions as a magic circle against good. It also increases the DC to resist channeled negative energy, as well as decreasing the DC of resisting channeled positive energy. Finally, choose a spell effect from this list. Aid, Bane, Bless, Cause Fear, Darkness, Daylight, Death Ward, Deeper Darkness, Detect Magic, Detect Good, Dimensional Anchor, Discern Lies, Dispel Magic, Endure Elements, Freedom of Movement, Invisibility Purge, Protection from Energy, Remove Fear, Resist Energy, Silence Tongues, or Zone of Truth. The Dark Skull applies that effect to your choice of the following: all creatures in the zone, creatures that share your faith and or alignment, or creatures of a different faith and or alignment. Now, for you more shamanly inclined individuals, might I recommend the Dragonbone Divining Sticks. They will cost you 6,400 gold. The Divining Sticks add 5% to the success chance of any augury or divination spell you cast. Also, you get a +3 luck bonus to 1 type of save, either reflex, will, or fort. This is determined randomly each day. Next, the Exorcist's Aspergillium. This will cost 8,000 gold. If you're an Inquisitor, you can use Detect Undead as if it were part of your Detect Alignment class feature. Also, 1 time per day, your spells of 3rd level or lower can affect incorporeal creatures as if you had the Ectoplasmic Spell feat. Next, Incense of Meditation. This will cost you 4,900 gold. If a divine caster uses the incense and meditates for 8 hours, you can prepare your spells as if you're under the effects of the maximized spell feat, but without using a spell slot 3 levels higher. And yes, the incense is consumed in the process. Next up, we have an absolute must for any cleric, the Malleable Symbol. This will cost you 10,000 gold. The symbol becomes whatever symbol you need it to be. When you use the symbol to channel energy, you can choose from the following channeling options: a 10-foot burst centered anywhere within 30 feet, a 60-foot line, or a 30-foot cone. Another really awesome item is the Master's Perfect Golden Bell. This costs 20,000 gold. Ringing the bell decreases the DR and SR of extraplanar beings within 30 feet of it by 5. As an example, a DR of 10 bypassed by magic would become a DR of 5 bypassed by magic. Ringing the bell lasts for 1d6 rounds, and the bell can only be rung for 10 rounds per day. This is a really cool set piece for a fight. The party members could be fighting a more dangerous variety of demon. With the bell nearby, they have to ring it to make the demon less powerful. Alright, on to the next item. The Ornament of Healing Light. This will cost you 10,000 gold. This is a light-shooting holy symbol that allows a paladin to lay on hands at range of 15 feet. Just point, shoot, and heal. Next, the Pyxis of Redirected Focus. A Pyxis is a holder for communion wafers, by the way. 1 time per day, a class with cleric domains can swap out one prepared domain spell for the other. Alright, now on to prayer beads. Strands of prayer beads come in 3 varieties: lesser, standard, and greater. A lesser set of prayer beads will cost 9,600 gold. The prayer beads have a bead of bless. This allows you to cast bless 1 time per day. Also, it has a bead of healing. This allows you to cast cure serious wounds, or remove blindness or deafness, or remove disease 1 time per day. Next up, the standard strand of prayer beads will cost 45,000 gold. It has a bead of healing, a bead of karma. This allows you to cast your spells at +4 caster level for 10 minutes, 1 time per day. It also has a bead of smiting. This allows you to cast Chaos Hammer, Holy Smite, Order's Wrath, or Unholy Blight, with a save DC of 17 to half the damage. You can do this 1 time per day. Finally, the Greater Strand of Prayer Beads costs 95,000 gold. It has a bead of healing, a bead of karma, a bead of summoning. This allows you to summon a powerful outsider of the appropriate alignment, such as an angel, devil, azada, etc. For 1 day, this outsider will assist you. However, if you use it for a stupid reason, your god will take your expensive prayer beads and put a gios on you to make you do something that's probably stupid, pointless, and dangerous. This is a punishment. Oh, finally, it has the Bead of Windwalking, which allows you to cast Windwalking 1 time per day. Final caveat, that summoning bead is 1-time use only. It is destroyed after it's used. With magic items out of the way, let's move on to our final category, idols. Idols are a cross between artifacts and sentient items. Idols have alignments, mental ability scores, languages, and a variety of supernatural abilities. An idol gains supernatural abilities as worship and sacrifice increase its ego score. The idol's intelligence, wisdom, and charisma stats start at 10, but can go as high as 20. For every 10,000 gold worth of sacrifices, the idol increases its mental ability scores by 2, or one of its mental ability scores by 4, and another by 2. Every time the idol's ability scores increase, its ego increases by 3. For every 5 points of ego, the idol can gain 1 ability. For every 10 ego, it gains an additional ability usable only on holidays. More about those in a minute. Some, but not all abilities that an idol can have are animate. The idol can animate at will as per animate object, retaining its mental scores. Divine Source. The idol can give divine spells to its followers. The idol can have up to 3 domains, but it cannot grant divine spells per day of a level higher than 1/4 of its ego score. Another ability for idols is Feast or Famine. 1 time per month, the idol can use Control Weather. This can be to grant rain for crops or to blight the land with drought because it's mad. Next, Immortal Promise. The idol can select a number of followers equal to its ego score per day. They do not age, need to eat, drink, or breathe, and they are not affected by hot or cold weather effects. Finally, spellcasting. The idol gains the ability to cast cleric spells. Now let's talk about how idols gain more power, namely sacrifices. Idols benefit from many different types of sacrifice, such as food and drink, magic items, weapons of slain enemies, gold, and of course, blood. Sacrificed items are equal to their cost in gold in the core rulebook. Blood sacrifices, i.e., the ritual killing of a creature with an intelligence score of 1 to 2, are worth 250 gold per hit die. A blood sacrifice of a creature with an intelligence score of 3 or higher is worth 500 gold per hit die, plus a bonus 100 gold for each point over 3. A blood sacrifice of a creature with an intelligence score of 3 or higher is worth 500 gold per hit die, and a bonus 100 gold for each point it has over 3. By the way, this is an evil action. If the idol accepts this sacrifice, its alignment shifts to evil. Also, an idol can lose ego. If it doesn't receive an appropriate amount of monthly sacrifices, it takes 2 points of drain to intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Now, let's talk about holidays. 1 day per month, 3 months per year, the idol has a holiday where it can accept more than the normal amount of gold in sacrifices. For those party idols, this is the time to throw out all the stops and throw the biggest bash the cult has ever seen. And for the thirsting gods, that's when you want to have those sacrificial daggers very, very sharp. Finally, idols can communicate empathically, but as its ego increases, it gains the ability to speak and communicate telepathically. Thank you for watching D6 Damage. If you'd like to support my work outside of YouTube, check out Sorcerous, a dark fantasy RPG inspired by tabletops like Pathfinder and D&D. Sorcerous is available right now on Steam. You'll find a link down in the description where you can watch the trailer. Also, subscribe to the D6 Damage BitChute channel, where videos premiere a day before they're put up on YouTube. Finally, join the D6 Damage Discord for more tips and tricks on how to take your tabletop game to the next level.